Hello, my name is Lisa Malmgren, and I teach chemistry at Southeast Community College. And this video that you are watching is to nominate the students who were awarded the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for 2021. This is our fourth year of doing the Outstanding Student of the Year Award. And I would like to talk a little bit about my experience and how the award started at SCC. With my experience is I was the typical chemistry student that really had no idea what they were doing when they got to chemistry. Math was not my strong suit at all, and in Gen Chem there's a lot of math, and it was really hard. And somehow I was able to get a B in Gen Chem 1 and 2, and I got to organic. And although I teach it now, I never thought that I would be teaching it. I had other plans. Grad school for chemistry was plan B, and good thing I did that. But when I got to organic, I don't know if I had eventually developed the study skills to do well in classes, or if it was that I really liked organic. I think now, 20 years later, I think it's that I really liked organic. That's why I'm teaching it. But anyways, I had an instructor there, my organic instructor, and he somehow saw something in me that maybe it was my determination, maybe it was how, I started not being the best of the class in Gen Chem and turned it all around to being one of the best in the class for organic. But somehow I received a letter in the mail saying, you have been nominated for Outstanding Student of the Year Award in chemistry. And I'm like, whoa, chemistry, me? I'm just like everybody else in class. Why would I receive that award? But I did, and I think it changed quite a bit in my life. It maybe made myself recognize that how far I had come, how I had turned everything around in my life and started to do well in class. And it gave me that motivation to continue doing well through college and bachelor's and master's and all of that. So what happened was 4 years ago, I had a student, and she was amazing. She was so strong-willed, and she was pregnant in class, and she had a baby, not in class, but she had a baby, and she only took like a week out of class. And by the time she came back, and I let her make up the exam, I'm like, of course, you had a baby, so, and she did really well in the class. And I was just impressed and in awe that this woman who had just had a baby had, come back to class and done so well. And I think at the time I had like my child was maybe like 2 or something like that. And I was just like, I can't even, I don't know, make dinner on a good night for my kid, let alone, have a baby, a brand new baby, and go back to school and do well. So I thought that this woman really needed to be honored. And I went and talked to the dean, and she said it was a great idea to get this award going and right now. So we started it like that day, and we got several nominations across different subjects, and it has been going ever since then. And I like this award because you have the students who do very, very well, and it's great, and they get on a dean's list, and they, succeed academically. And then we have students that, maybe, those students have been nominated for the award, but then there are students that maybe don't have the top grade in the class, and they've struggled, and maybe they are returning to school after, something else happened in their life. Maybe they've, all these different obstacles that can happen in life, and they're here and they're doing well, and maybe it's a struggle, maybe it's natural, but we see that as instructors, and we would like to recognize you and the effort that you've been putting in, and that's why we've decided to do this award. So you're going to see several instructors go through and talk about the students that they nominated and why they were nominated. Enjoy.
Can't seem to unbutton this. Hello, I'm Professor Hinerman, and I'm here to talk about one of my nominees for Student of the Year. One of my nominees is Allie Moon. Now, I knew I would like Allie as a student as she sat right in the front as soon as class started, and she stayed there for the entire class. Always attentive, always taking good notes. She's also always answering questions, sharing information, giving details, and willing to share things about her personal life, not just in order to connect the material to her own life, but in an attempt to even facilitate conversation between my students, which is always appreciated. When a student is willing to share things about their own life, it usually gets other students a little bit less timid about sharing their own. So, as a way of saying thank you, I nominated Allie as one of my students. And even if she doesn't win, of course I have something here for her. It is this Reese's peanut butter egg. Now, I do want to point out that this was from last Easter and went bad in September. So, I will just keep it here for you. Thank you for all your hard work, Allie. I appreciated having you in my class.
Hi, Kip. I just wanted to make a little video about why I selected you for Outstanding Student Award, if I could speak. First off, just congratulations for this award. I think it's awesome that you got it, that you were selected for the Outstanding Student Award. I remember back when I had you for math fundamentals and how hard of a worker you were then, and it just continued on into business math. You put in a lot of time and effort into getting a good grade, and you stayed late in class to continue to work on your assignments. It just goes to show how hard of a worker you are. And also, you're just so polite and always called me ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so that always that sticks with you. So I just want to say again, congratulations, and I am very proud of you. And I hope to see you around campus in the future.
Hello, I'm Lisa Malmgren again, and I am going to talk about one of the students that I nominated. Her name is Kayla, and this year in Organic 2, she really dominated the class. I really liked how, even if she wasn't in class, she was still on Zoom. And when I would be asking a question and the whole class would be really quiet, I would hear her through this little speaker in the room. I'd say, is that you? Oh, what's the answer? And she would say it, and she was really confident, and I always counted on her to say the answer, or at least voice something in through Zoom. I think that Kayla really reminds me of myself when I was in that phase of my life taking organic and at college, and it's not just the dyed hair and the personality, it's more of how organic chemistry almost comes natural to her, and I don't think she expected it, so it was a great surprise, and I think it made it fun for her to do the chemistry. It's not always fun. But yeah, I hope that you'll use this and the skills that you developed in the class, and go on and do great things in this world. Thank you, Kayla.
Hi, Chayo. As you know, you were chosen for outstanding student for human physiology for this past academic year. I'm glad that you won the award and I was able to nominate you. As I said before, talking with you, you're an outstanding student, and you always came to class prepared, were willing to help others, ask great questions, kept me on my toes, which is fantastic. And I also had you also in anatomy too, and that was the same situation. You're just an outstanding student. And during these weird times with COVID, you're able to maintain focus even though life at home at times was very challenging. having kids and all this stuff that involves with that. And so I just hope and wish for all the success you have. You get a nursing program, you start that program at SCC. I'm sure you'll do outstanding in that program, whatever you do in life. I think you're extremely motivated, a good role model for other students and also your family. That you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And even though English is your second language, you do very, very well and understand hard concepts and are able to ask great questions and just be a great all-around student. It was a very, very good joy to have you in my class this past academic year. And just wishing and hoping for the best for you as you go forth in your academic career and your life. Have a good day, and congratulations again.
I am so proud to be able to have nominated Naya for Outstanding Student Award for this spring semester of 2021. I just want to take a few moments to tell you why I nominated Naya and why, for you, Naya, why your instructor nominated you. First and foremost, your quality of work was truly exceptional, from not only your performance on exam and the corresponding assignments, but also on the portfolio, the cornerstone project that was involved in both the classes you took with me, Introduction to Psychology and Lifespan Human Development. I also realized that you presented to me such an intellectual curiosity, which is such a gift to see in students. My goal in teaching these classes is to create intellectual curiosity, and if it's already there, to foster it further, and you've exemplified that superbly. I couldn't be prouder of a student that I've had this academic year than you, Naya, hence your nomination. And I also must say your work ethic was first rate. Despite the challenges that you faced during the academic year, you consistently did work not only on time, but my goodness, you did such wonderful work. Every time I would read an assignment that you produced, a project, I would always be excited about what new insights you had to share with me as applications tied to the course material. So for that, I am just so proud and pleased to have nominated you for Outstanding Student Award for this academic year. And I'm thrilled that you received honorable mention here. Keep up the good work. The future is so bright for you as long as you have, in part, that intellectual curiosity. So take care, and it's been a joy having you as a student of mine in my classes, Naya. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Stacey Wheeler, and I nominated Jamil Muhammad for Outstanding Student of the Year Award. And he's such a dedicated student and just so pleasant to be around. I've had the pleasure of having him in class for 2 semesters now in the fall for anatomy lecture and physiology lecture for this spring. And I could always count on him to answer questions in class, even when no one else wanted to answer any questions. And he has this amazing ability to stay focused the entire lecture. That's a gift. Jamil was always good about communicating with me, messaging me on Canvas. He helped me stay on track, reminding me to post answers to quizzes and exams, and I really appreciated that. One thing I will remember about Jamil, every time he walked into class, I would say, "How's it going, Jamil?" And he would say, "Pretty decent," with a big smile. Congratulations, Jamil. Very happy for you.
Can never get the knot to sit in the middle of my tie. It's a shirt. Anyway, I'm Professor Hinerman, and I want to talk about one of the students that I've nominated for Outstanding Student of the Year. Allison Frericks is one of my students who does very well in class. She does well on tests, assignments, her notes are great. But on top of that, I compliment Allison on her communication abilities. She tells me about things that she doesn't understand. She asks questions in class This gets other students engaged in asking questions on things they're not sure about because she's not afraid to break that ice. And she also sends me emails letting me know about why she might not be in class or why she needs a Zoom link but might not be as talkative. For example, driving across not just this state, but going into other states. I think all teachers want students to be in as good of communication as the skills that Allison presents, and I'm very appreciative of it, and I know that I'm not the only person on this staff that has said and complimented her on her work ethic, and her communication skills. So, I'm going to present her with this drink that, well, I already opened it, and you don't want my cooties, so if it's all the same to you, I'm just going to keep it here and drink it, and then probably throw the can away or recycle it. All kidding aside, I'm really appreciative of all the work that Allison does, not just for my class, but for other classes and the psychology program in general. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate your work.
So the question is, why did I nominate Kayleen for this award? And for me, that's pretty easy. I have known Kayleen for a couple of years now, and I know that she has taken a lot of time to determine what she wanted to do. But once she made that decision, which was actually during COVID, she really, really started to make changes. And those changes turned out in actually how she started to present herself. So as she started to present herself, the big thing that I knew was the big change is in her emails to me. Originally, when she would send emails, they were kind of cryptic, sort of texty type language. I love you, Kayleen, but that's what you did. But then when you decided that you were going to go into business and you took writing, something changed. And I noticed that your emails were very professional. And not only that, you started taking more classes. So from there, I just knew something had clicked, something had changed in you. And I think that was in part because of COVID. So I want to wish you the best of luck. I hope you get the scholarship, the Outstanding Student Award. I'm real proud of you, and you deserve even more than this.
Hi, Aaron. Just want to say a little short video. As you know, I nominated you for Outstanding Student of the Year for Human Anatomy, and congratulations on winning that. The reason I chose you is because, as you know, you signed up to be in person last summer, and then COVID hit, everything kind of changed. And so you're really resilient in being an outstanding student. Also, you're not afraid to ask me questions over email or over Zoom. You're still a very active student. Now it's fantastic, even though it was a very different situation. Also, you excelled within the course. And then when I had you in the fall for physiology, you also excelled in physiology also. And I got to know you a little better as a person. And a lot of things are going on in life, and you were able to maintain focus and really succeed in both those courses. So I'm very, very happy for you, and hopefully everything going well in the social tech program that you started this past January. And I hope and wish for all success in everything you do. And thank you for being a good student, also a good person. And have a nice summer, and hopefully I'll see you around next academic year. Bye.
Hi. So, Miranda, I want you to know how proud I am of you, and I want everyone to know about the hard work that Miranda has done this semester. In particular, I had her in a Composition 1 course, and when I met her, she just exuded a certain kind of confidence that was intriguing to me. But as the course went on, I noticed some very special things about Miranda, not the least of which is that she is a student with an incredibly busy lifestyle, as many students have, but in particular between work and a full course load, and caring for family members and siblings and distant relatives. She faced a lot of challenges in terms of being able to dedicate the time to her studies that she really wanted to. But Miranda has been diligent. Even on times when she couldn't make it to class, she would go out of her way to make sure that she connected with me and that she was doing the best possible work that she could. She would not settle for good enough. She wanted to do her very best. And so that, of course, is super impressive to me. Another thing is that in my class, students get to choose a topic to pursue for the duration of the course. It should be a social issue of some sort. And some students opt to do something that's a little lighter in tone. But Miranda took on a very difficult and challenging topic, and it was a topic that it was important to her, but it's also underrepresented in our communities. And so the ultimate goal is to create a piece where they can advocate for some change in this social issue, and she did an amazing job with that over the duration of the semester. So she's also a first-generation college student, so she's carrying that with her, and she'll have that legacy to leave for her family of having been the first and hopefully not the last in her family to make this important achievement. And I wish Miranda, I wish you the very best, and it has been such a distinct pleasure to walk alongside you and work with you as you faced many challenges and overcame each and every one of them to be a truly outstanding student. Thank you, Miranda.
Hello. Dorian is one of the hardest working students I've had the pleasure to work with at SCC. She is constantly revising and rewriting assignments, not only to improve her grade, but because she wants to learn. And that is a trait that nobody can teach. She's constantly also completing additional assignments that few students complete because they are outside of the expected curriculum of the course. These are the kinds of opportunities that strengthen not only her knowledge, but also her academic success. And these are the kinds of traits that bring her to the successes that she's had at SCC. She always approaches work with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Again, this makes her a student that stands out. Her final presentation this semester in the English 1020 honors course was on the wage gap, and she totally knocked my socks off. She stood in front of an audience of her peers, retired teachers, and SCC administration, and presented a 5-minute presentation that really showed how much she learned this semester. She admitted that she has rarely used PowerPoint, and we worked together, and what ended up happening was a successful presentation that showed her research and what she's learned. Congratulations to Dorian for her hard work and all of the successes that she's had this semester. It's really been a pleasure to work with you, and I hope that your academic goals are met and you go on and become the most amazing nurse that you want to be. Thank you so much for being a student that makes teaching a pleasure. Congratulations.
Hello, it's Lisa Malmgren again, and I want to talk about the second student that I nominated, Nock, and this is for the honorable mention in chemistry. Knock, you are silent but deadly. I loved that. I knew that you knew the answer, although you wouldn't say it. In lab, you were very confident of your skills and always ready and prepared for lab and whatever experiment we had. When it got to the research lab and I started demanding chemicals and procedures and all that from your group, you had them within hours in my inbox. So I really appreciated that determination, that drive to get it done. Yeah, the class, as for the class, it went well. It was kind of hard, but it went well. And I loved how you would giggle when you kind of knew the answer and you didn't really want to say it. So thank you for making the class great, and good luck in all of your adventures.